you. Thank you very much, Paul. Thanks for the intro. We want to spend the next 25 minutes to half an hour to those of you who are guests who are joining us for the very first time to share with you the business idea that really has changed a lot of people's lives. And as Paul said, people are connecting from different parts of Africa, and some are connecting from maybe outside the continent. So I'd like to invite all of you very much. Paul, maybe you should check the system because it looks
yes, I've checked. I've noticed there was an error, but now it's open. People can come in now.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks, Paul. Okay. Yeah, so as Paul has said, my name is Pascal. I am trained as a civil engineer. My wife and I have been in this business for the last 26 years. And the reason we started this business is very simple. We started this business to make an extra $200 a month because when we came to South Africa, I came to study and to work. And after I finished my postgraduate course, I realized that my salary will not increase at the rate that we wanted. The other thing is, you know, when a man and a woman gets together, there's natural expansion and children come along. And when children come along, also the cost of living also goes up. So we wanted to make extra money to be able to meet our family needs. The other challenge we had is that when we came to South Africa, Betty couldn't get a job. And I remember she looked for a job in Pretoria. She sent her CV to most of the English-speaking high schools or secondary schools in Pretoria, but she couldn't get a job. And I remember 2 weeks before we joined the business, she said, I've looked for a job long enough, let the job come and find me at home. And 2 weeks after that is when a friend of hers called her and asked her the question that some of you who are guests have been asked, would you like to know how to make extra money working from home? That's how we got started. I remember our first check was $3, but after 7 months of hard work, our income reached $1,000 a month. So I'd like to invite all those guests who are here today with us to pay attention to what we're going to discuss today. That's Betty and myself about 8 or 9 years ago. And the reason why we started this business is very simple, to make extra money. If you're a guest, I don't know what your reason would be for attending this meeting, but I'm sure you're attending this meeting because you're looking for a way either to earn extra money or you're interested in the product line that we offer. Now, what are the 4 ways that people use to generate income? There are 4 ways that people use to generate income. The first one is called a job. That is when you work for somebody, and after 30 days of work, they pay you a salary. Some are paid every fortnight, depends on the agreement you have with your employer. A job is good because it enables you to put bread on the table. The challenge is there is a lot of internal politics in the job situation. People stab each other in the back. I would not say there's anything in the world at the moment called a secure job. Why? 2 things. One is technology. Employers have found ways to generate income with using less people because of technology. Secondly, because the world is changing very rapidly, a lot of jobs have been lost. In fact, by the end of, I think, October 2020, almost 250 million jobs were lost around the world. And that's a challenge for people who have been affected by COVID. So a job, I would not say there's anything called job security. The next way that people use to generate income is self-employment. This is when you get capital or you borrow money, you mortgage your house, you get your life savings, and you start a business. You start a business to provide a product or a service to the public in return for what they pay you. But self-employment has its challenge because it depends on you as an individual. If you want to know whether you own a business or not, stay away for it for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and see if it keeps growing. If it is growing, that you know you own the business. If it doesn't, it means the business owns you. Self-employment also has a challenge that the amount of time and effort you put is directly linked to the amount of income you get. If you want to increase your income earning ability, your time is limited because all of us have only 24 hours a day. The third way that people use to generate income is called big business. Big business is when people invest a lot of money, they get a lot of capital, they employ a lot of people to run their business for them. But when you have a lot of employees in your business, you also have a lot of labor problems. Now, most people don't have this level of capital to be able to start big businesses. The fourth way that people use to generate income is called investment. This is when you take money which is over and above your daily needs and you invest in a product or a service or an instrument that gives you a return on your investment. Two things are needed: the knowledge and the skill of investment. Most people, what they do is they get somebody who is experienced in investment to invest the money on their behalf. Of course, they pay a fee, and in return, they get some return on the investment that they put. The question is there an ideal business? Is there a business that you can say, this business actually can help me create wealth? I think it needs to have the following criteria. Number one is you need very low capital. Low capital is required. Our business, you need between $60 and $100 US dollars to start a global business. And that makes it accessible to the ordinary person in the street. The second criteria is you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services, because this is where money is. This goods and services is what this is what everybody in the world needs. So if you get involved in distributions of goods and services, you're likely to generate wealth. The third element is you need to have a global reach. That means your business needs to be able to reach a lot of people from around the world. Our company does business in 50 countries around the world. In Africa, we do business in 14 countries, which covers a population base of 450 million people. The fourth element is you need leverage. Leverage is simply a way or a means of multiplying your time, your effort, so that you can reach many more customers. The banks know it, that's why they open branches. The retail shops know it, that's why they open other stores. So companies that know how to leverage their services make sure that they're able to reach many more customers. That's why they are able to generate a lot of wealth. And leverage is one of the secrets of very, very successful people. And the reason for that is simple. You and I have 24 hours. If we sleep 8 hours a day, we travel or have meals or rest for another 4 to 5 hours, we spend with our families. You can only work a maximum of, let me say, 12, 13 hours a day. Some people work 16 hours a day, of course, to the detriment of their health, of their families. But leverage is a secret of very successful people because you're able to multiply your time. The fifth element is you need to get involved in consumable products. Consumable products are things that you buy, use, and at the end of the month you buy again. For example, soap, or skincare products, or health supplements. These are things which have repeat sales, and that is what makes it a very good criteria for building wealth, because there's constant demand or need for the product or services. The other element is you need to have a business system. A business system is a series of tools, procedures, equipment that you put in your business so that you as the owner of the business do not have to be present when the business is being built or conducted. If you look at very large companies, all of them has business systems. They have very standardized ways of running their businesses, and the owners of the business don't have to be there. If you look at the people who play golf on Tuesday afternoon, most of them are people with businesses that have systems that do not require them to be at the premise where the businesses are being conducted. And the last one is timing. Timing is very critical in our business, because if you start the business at the wrong time, then your business doesn't gain traction. Now, what is network marketing? What is this business that we're talking about? Network marketing is a system of distribution of goods and services that cuts out the middleman between the manufacturer and the consumer in between stands a distributor. What that means is that we cut out the middleman. We don't have advertising in our business. So the amount of money companies would have spent for advertising is what is paid to distributors like myself. We don't have wholesalers or retailers. Products are explained to customers directly, and that's why most customers get very good information about the products that they want to buy, because the person who deals with them at an individual level and gives them enough information for them to make an educated decision. So we are actually paid for successfully referring customers to get products from the company. That's where our income comes from. But we leverage that process. So the products are researched and developed on your behalf. That simply means that the company does the development, manufacturing, getting raw materials, they do research, they manufacture, package the products, and sends it to 50 different markets around the world. The only thing you need to do is become a promoter of the products. All that background work and information has been done on your behalf. That's why, although you're in business for yourself, you're not by yourself, because the company has built for you infrastructure in 50 different countries to build your business. There are only 3 qualifications in this business that will guarantee your success. The first, you need to have a desire for success. This nobody can do for you. The second is you need to be teachable. That means you need to have the willingness to learn new things. And the third is just sheer hard work. If you have these 3 things going for you, you're likely to succeed in your business. Now, Neolife was started by Jerry Brassfield at the age of 19. When he was a teenager, he had very serious asthma. I see 3 people have lifted their hands. I'm not sure what the challenge is. Happy Emanuele, Lillian. I don't know if there's a challenge with the... Okay, I think let's proceed. So Jerry Brassfield had very serious asthma when he was a teenager. So his mother gave him natural remedies and products. And when he felt better, he decided maybe I can share this idea with the people in my small town in Porterville, California, and eventually started a company which has become a global business. Neolife now operates in over 50 countries around the world. But what has kept our business going? Because we believe in certain basic principles. Number 1 is absolute honesty and integrity. We believe that we need to tell our customers, our people we do business with, the public, about the truth about our products and about our business. That means what we do is what we say, and what we say is what we do. Integrity. The second thing we do is the most important resource in our business is people. Why? Because if you don't have people, you don't have a business. People are the ones who use products that creates business. The third element is products that work. Neolife have put together a group of scientists called the Scientific Advisory Board, whose job is just to research and develop first-class products. We've got top scientists in manufacturing, in biochemistry, in nutrition, in all the sciences that has to do with health. We've got them. And the company has put together that board called the Scientific Advisory Board, whose job is just to research and develop first-class products. The fourth element is equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody who starts this business starts at exactly the same level. No more, no less. Everybody who joins the business starts exactly at the same level. And the rate at which a business grows depends on just how hard you work. Let me put it this way. This growth of your business depends on how many people you help to become successful. That is a key of success in our business. The last element is we need to have a long-range vision. A long-range vision is important in our business because this is not a get-rich-quick business. You can get very rich, yes, but may not be as quick as you want. It requires patience, it requires hard work, it requires the ability to learn new things. Neolife started in 1958 in the USA, came to South Africa in 1971. Went to East Africa 1996-97, that's Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And West Africa, I started between 1999 and 2000. Today, if you're a guest, the business has come to your doorstep. Now, why do people start this business? People start this business for so many different reasons. Some start the business because they want a better life for their children. Some start the business because they want good homes. Some start the business because they want to buy good cars. Some start the business because they want to have holiday homes or have holidays on their own. I think most people start the business because they want to make extra income. That extra income can become a lot of money. Some people start the business because they want to be physically fit and healthy. So if you start the business, you're partnering with a company which is more than 60 years old, in fact, 64 years old this year, operating in over 50 countries around the world, and is supported by the Scientific Advisory Board. These are world-class scientists who do research and publish their papers in peer-reviewed magazines, because we want to be always at the cutting edge of technology to do with nutrition. We have 4 ranges of products in our business. Which are these ranges? The first is called the Golden Home Care range of products. The Golden Home Care range of products are products that you use for cleaning your bathroom, your kitchen, your toilets, your tiles, everything in your home that needs cleaning, we've got the products for you. The second is Personal Care range of products. These are products like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion, things that help you to look neat and smart. The third range is nutrients organic for your skin. Why? Because one of the things that gives somebody an indication of your health status is your skin. So you need products that makes your skin look healthy and protected. And the last is healthcare products. Healthcare products constitute the highest sales of our business for a very simple reason. Your greatest wealth is your health. Now, how does this business work? This business works when you get engaged in something called 3 daily success habits. 3 things that you do every day to grow your business. Number 1, use the products. Use the products because, remember, you're becoming a promoter of the business, and this is your business. So if you want to buy products of this range, it makes sense to buy products from your own business. So you change your shopping habits. Another reason why you need to use the products yourself is, if you're recommending products to people, people want to know that you also believe in what you're recommending. Now, if let's say you use 100 PV. We use 100 PV because the company wants to standardize measurement of business volume around the world. So the company uses a PV system or point value system. 1 PV is roughly $160 in value. The second thing we do in our business is we share the business opportunity. That means we introduce other people to be promoters of the products. Okay? Let me say you introduce 6 people to use the products like you do. 6 plus yourself gives you 700 PV. You've built a 700 PV business and your income is about $45 a month. That is a profit and the bonus. What do you do next? The next thing you do is you teach the people you brought into the business to replicate or to do what you do. That means these people use the products themselves. Let me say the person on the top right corner introduces 2 people and the other 2 introduce 2. You'll have built a 700 PV unit plus the other 6 gives you 1,300 PV, and your income is about $90 a month. That is just the beginning. What do you do next? You teach everybody to do what you have done. So if you have 6 units doing 700 PV each, you've done a 4,200 PV unit plus your own 100 PV gives you 4,300 PV, and your income is about $580 to $700. If you do that, you become a director, and the business now begins to grow. Not everybody is going to join your business. These people who don't join your business become your customers, and because they're not registered, they buy the products through you, and you make a profit of 20% of the products you sell to your customers. The third thing we do in our business on a daily basis is called personal development. Personal development means that you take time to learn what the business is. You take time to become a better leader, knowledge about products, knowledge about how the business is built. You do this through your support system. You have training. For example, every Thursday we have training by Zoom at this time. Then we have support from your sponsor, and you have personal development material, things like CDs, books, seminars, conventions, everything that you need to become a better distributor or a better business builder. Okay? Now, if you want to earn more money in our business, just help more people to become directors like you have been. If you help one more person become a director, you become a Sapphire, your income is about $1,000 a month. If you help 3 people become directors, you've got, your income goes to about $2,000 a month. If you help 6 people become directors, your income goes way over $5,000 a month. So the growth of your business depends on how many people you help to become successful. And to share a story of one of the most successful distributors in East Africa, I would like to welcome a special guest from Tanzania, Grace Rubambey. Grace, I don't know whether you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, Pascal.
Hi, Grace.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
It's nice to see you once again.
Good to see you too. I missed you. I should have come for the East African Convention.
Yeah, I was waiting to see you.
Next time.
Anyway, next time. Yeah. You are more than welcome, even when it's not a convention. Please do come to Tanzania. There's a lot happening in Tanzania.
Thank you.
Okay. You can see me, right?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, my name is Grace Rubambey, as I've been introduced. I'm a Tanzanian. I live in Dar es Salaam, and that's where I'm logging in from. I am an economist by profession, a mother of a grown-up lady, one, and I am a retiree right now. I'm a retiree for more than 16 years. I was introduced, first of all, when I'm asked to talk about my story, I get very, very emotional about it because, one, I really thank God for showing me this opportunity. It may have been by default, but it still came to me, and I always thank God because without this opportunity, I don't know whether I would have been the same. I also like to thank my angels, I call them my mom and dad, Polycarp and Dr. Polycarp and Lydia Msinguzi. They are the ones who introduced the opportunity to me. And I really thank them. I thank them so much for having introduced me to this wonderful opportunity. Now, I was introduced to this opportunity about over 25 years ago. At the time, I was working for the Central Bank, the Bank of Tanzania, and I had a very good salary. I was a director at the bank, and at the time, Bank of Tanzania was one of the best employers in Tanzania, in the country. So I was very privileged to be working for the bank and in that position. I had a very good salary. I was traveling the world. I was traveling the world on duty, and I was staying at 5-star hotels, but there was something about me that didn't make me happy. I was sick. I was a very sick individual. I had a severe back problem which was a result of a motor vehicle accident. I also had a heart condition, which my doctor had told me, the specialist, my cardiologist had told me it was incurable. And on top of that, I had stomach ulcers. At the time, I was already 51 years old. And you know, after 50, or let's say after 45, there are other ailments that people call old age diseases. So I was very sick, and I had a good salary, but I didn't enjoy my salary because, as I said, I was sick. I was traveling the world. I didn't enjoy the travels, but of course, for another reason is because I was traveling on duty. I'll talk about that a little later. Now, as we used to meet as officials of the central bank in East Africa, and Dr. Polycarp Msinguzi had met me before. We were friends. And one time he came to Tanzania for a meeting, and he thought I looked miserable, I looked sick. And he asked me, and I told him, yes, I'm not feeling well. So he was very excited. Those that know Dr. Polycarp Msinguzi know that he's a very excitable person. He gets very, very excited most of the times. And he told me they had just joined an opportunity whose products might be of use to me. So I looked forward to going to Kampala for the next meeting so that I can meet his wife, because he couldn't explain to me what the opportunity was all about, what the products were all about. So I looked forward to meeting Lydia. And when I went to Kampala, I didn't have time to sit with Lydia. So she came to the hotel. I was packing to leave for Tanzania. So as you know, when you are sick, and if you are told there's something that can ease off your pain, you don't hesitate. So she came with a bundle of products, my kit, and I just signed off. I just filled in the form. I signed up. I gave her the money, and I took the pack. So when I got to Tanzania, she had asked somebody who was also a Ugandan to help me with the kit opening. I didn't listen to anything else except the products that she thought would help me with my problem. So she had told me I could also make money with the opportunity, but I wasn't really listening about the money because, one, I was comfortable on my job. I thought I had a lot of money as it is. I had never been exposed to more money than my salary. So I felt very comfortable. She told me I would travel. It wasn't anything that really excited me because I was traveling anyway. I just wanted to get better. So I started off with the products, and within a few days, I started feeling a little better. So I thought of other people whom I knew and whom I thought they needed the products for their health, but mostly they also needed the money. I didn't think I needed the money, but I thought they needed the money. Something that I learned, later I found out is totally different. So among the people that I talked to were the late Ayub Juma and his wife, Dora Juma. Many of you know Dora. For the distributors that are on this call, you know Dora Juma. And now with her daughter, Bingi Nyakwela, there are 5 rubies and going on to 1 diamond. So I talked to Dora and her husband, and they were skeptical because I didn't have anything to show them that this thing works. But I told them I'm feeling a lot better than I used to, so they can use the products. But Dora was skeptical because she was a nursing tutor, and she knew everything about health. And I'm an economist. She thought I couldn't tell her anything about health, but I insisted. I kept on calling them and going to their house. And finally, they just said yes. So they started off, they took they signed up, but at the time it used to take 3 months to get the kit. So, they were waiting and waiting for their kit. Finally, it came, and they didn't want to start off with the products because they didn't believe in them. But then later on, I think because I had good relationship with them, so they just took a leap of faith and started off with the products. So when they started off with the products, Mr. Juma had a heart condition similar to mine, and he started getting better. So that's when they started believing in the products. And the distributors who have logged in, I'm sure you know the story of Mr. Juma and Dora, and the fact that when Mr. Juma passed, Bing took over. Bing partnered with her mother, and now they are doing very well. They have a very large team in Tanzania, and maybe I must say maybe about 70% of Team Tanzania has been created under them. So you can see the power of duplication, as Pascal was, talked about. Now I have, I did the business. I didn't do the business really. I just took the products. I was taking the products, and when I felt better, I figured, I should just continue taking the products for my well-being. Because as I was taking the products, I realized I was getting younger and younger, because when I was sick and I was already old at 51, I was considered old. But then I started shedding off years in my looks. And I thought, well, this is a good deal. So I continued taking the products. And then I was about to retire. At the time, I started getting anxious, because then reality was, I could see reality, and the fact that my pension wasn't wouldn't be so big. And I was wondering how I would be traveling. I loved to travel. And since I was feeling better, I even wanted to travel even more. So I started, then I started doing all kinds of businesses, but it didn't work. Then one day Dora told me, why are you doing all these other businesses? When you introduced us to a good business and we are doing okay, why don't you just do the business? That is the Neolife business. I thought about it and I said, yeah, I think it makes sense. So I decided to work the business. And as a result, I felt better. I started getting money. And when I retired, I was gainfully occupied. So I continued, and then I rose up to a director, and then to a Sapphire director, and now I'm currently a Sapphire director. But when I look back, when I see I have, under my organization, I have a large team. So as long as I continue doing the business, working hard, and touching more lives of people, I don't have to worry about my cash flow during retirement. I don't have to worry about my health. In fact, many people, when they see me, they don't believe that I'm 76 plus, actually only 3 months to go to being 77. And I have a lot of energy. I have the energy of a 40-year-old. I always feel that way. So this is something that has been really a blessing to me, and I thank God for that. I must say I've had a lot of benefits in Neolife. One of them, as I said, is health. I have never had to go to the hospital for more than 18 years for anything other than a checkup, because I'm very healthy. I have made new friends, young people. I'm surrounded by young people, and I call this my social capital. People with hope. Young people always have hope, and people in Neolife, more so, they have a lot of hope. They have dreams. Even at 76 plus, I dare to dream because I associate with people who have big dreams. I have, I continue to build my legacy, the legacy of touching people's lives positively. And whenever I walk into either into the warehouse or anywhere where there are Neolife people, they'll always recognize me because I said yes to this opportunity. And as a result, they've been able to improve their lives. I have been traveling the world. We just came in May, we just came from Durban, and it was really, really good. I mean, it's, you get first-class treatment, you enjoy life, and it's very good. Pascal has already said about traveling with Neolife. For me, traveling with Neolife is really different from the travel I used to do with when I was employed, because as an employee on official duty, I would always worry about meetings, whether the conference room is properly set up, whether, the reports are being written, and I have to worry about reports and worry about reporting back when I get home. So I never really have time to become a tourist on those trips. But when I travel with Neolife, for example, when I went to Cape Town, I had been to Cape Town many, many times, but when I went to Cape Town for the first time, courtesy of Neolife, I was able to go to the Table Mountains. I was able to go to Robben Island. I'd been to Cape Town many times, but I had never been to those places. So it's really a pleasure traveling with Neolife. The other is I'm the best. I feel I'm the best version of a retiree. As a retiree, I don't have to worry about my pension. I do get my pension. It's very small. I don't even worry about it because Neolife has made it possible for me to be able to get passive income. I'm not yet there. I'm still working at it, but I do have enough cash flow to keep me afloat, to maintain my lifestyle as it was when I was at the bank. Many retirees can't do that. And I'm also the best version of myself as a retiree because I'm healthy. Most retirees, they are sick. They are sick, they are short of cash flow, they have all kinds of problems. And some of them have even depression because they are lonely. But I don't have to worry about that. I'm surrounded by a lot of people, young people, very excited people, And I must say, Neolife is the best investment I ever made. I made it by default, thank God, but it's the best investment that I've ever made. I've done investments. I'm an economist, and on my job, I was exposed to capital markets and the likes, and I did invest. But Neolife investment is investing in people. Now, the likes of the Dora Jumas, I have 5 under my organization. I have 5 PT level distributorships. These people get anywhere between 13 to 20 plus million shillings. And I have rubies that get, between 3 and 7 million shillings per month. I have directors under my organization that make over R1 million per month. Now, these people will not quit because they are seeing the benefits of the opportunity. And as long as they don't quit, and as long as I work hard, I will never miss, enough cash flow to make my retirement a pleasant, a pleasant experience. And that's what I'm going through. I'm just so happy as a retiree. I don't have to worry so much about financials or about my health. So that's really the best investment I have ever made. And as Pascal said, of the values, the long-term vision, I think the company has made it such that if you stick in long enough, you reap a lot of benefits from this opportunity. So we look at it in the long term. I know some of the guests or even the distributors here are young, and they may not think, well, what is she talking about old age? But I was there. I was there and I thought the same way. But now you have somebody to tell you what it feels when you do it the right way. And I hope I can inspire somebody to prepare for their retirement or their old age. I don't call it really old age, I guess advanced age. Now, what lessons? I've learned some lessons on the way as well. What lessons have I learned? One, that our business is a business of relationships. If I didn't have good relationship with the Jumas, I don't think they would have joined. They trusted me. I had very good relationship with them, so they took the leap of faith. So we always have to make sure that whoever we talk to trusts us. We have to build relationships, and even after we have sponsored people, we need to remain in good relationship with them so that they can reap the benefits of this opportunity. And as I said, this business, when you start off, you just need to take a leap of faith. But this, you see people who have done it. So just believe that it can also work for you. The other one is that retirement is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You have to prepare for it early enough. And particularly when you are young, you need to start preparing for your retirement. You might not need to do a lot of work at that time, but if you are employed, do it as a side hustle. And by the time you retire, that will be what will carry you through retirement. Now, even old people of age, they need to have a purpose in life. That's what I have learned. I have a purpose in life. That's why I keep happy. But there are people who are very miserable. They think their life is, has ended. They're just there because they are sick. They have no hope. They have a lot of time on them. All retired people have a lot of time, but it depends on what you do with your time. Do you spend your time in bed sick? Do you spend your time complaining about your children that they don't take care of you because you are financially and insufficient? You don't have finances to carry you through. What's your purpose in life? So if I can talk to the distributors and the guests on this call today, for the young, please prepare yourself. This is the best opportunity to prepare yourself for old age or retirement. And for the mature people, for the older people, it's not too late. You can do it. If I was able to do it, I'm sure you can do it too. So with that, I really would like to thank you very much, Pascal, and thank you, Paul, for giving me this opportunity to share my story with the guests and the distributors on this call. And I'm hoping that somebody somewhere has been inspired by my story. And thank you very much. I love you all. And we'll meet at the top.
Thank you very much, Grace. I really appreciate. You've given me another dream and inspiration. I want to speak Kiswahili the way you speak English.
Well, I'm sure you can.
Yes, you're very articulate. Thank you so much for that wonderful story. I think all of us who are attending this meeting today, you can all be inspired by such a wonderful story of a young person, because as you can see, I mean, she doesn't look in her 70s. Maybe if you look at her the first time, you'd think maybe 49, 52 there, but it's really fantastic to see that with elegance and confidence. I think your story is very, very inspiring. We really appreciate it. So those of you who are guests today, you can take inspiration from Grace's story. And what the company has done, it has made the business efficient so that people from different parts of the world can actually build a business as long as they have internet connectivity. For example, if you want to order products, you can order them online. If you want to register new distributors to build a team, you can do that online. The company creates for you what is called a back office, where you can monitor and manage your business. Training is done locally and internationally online. For example, this training or this presentation we're having. Delivery of products to customers. Every market that the company is doing business, they contract people, courier companies, to deliver products to our customers and our distributors. Payment for products or payment for bonuses by the company is either done by EFT or by mobile money. So the company has tried to make the business as efficient as possible for people who are doing the business. One of the things that Grace spoke about is the convention. This is a convention which just ended in Dar es Salaam for the East African region. That is the same venue where they had fantastic sessions. That is a convention we had in Southern Africa. We had, that venue is a really, really fantastic venue. And the ones for 2023 has already been announced by the company. It's on the 14th of October, 2023. And it's dubbed as the Impact Convention. So if you're in Southern Africa, make sure that you buy your ticket and save to come to this convention. So if you're a guest, what do you need to do to get started? Number one, speak to your sponsor. That is the person who invited you. They'll give you an application form to fill, or if you want to register online, they will send you a link that you can actually register online and pay online and get your business going. Then you pay your registration fee. In South Africa, it's between 720 and 2,810. And in Kenya, it's 7,620 or 9,280. If you're in the South African region, we are going to have a price increase on the 17th of September. So if you're in this South African region, maybe you need to join before the price increase comes effective. In Nigeria, it's 20,600 or 26,500 naira. In Tanzania, it's 145,400 and 178 or 178,400 Tanzania shillings. In Uganda, it's 211,000 or 251,000 Uganda shillings. In USA, it's 75 US dollars. In Sweden, is 930 Swedish krona. In Italy, is 64 euros. In Ghana, is 448 or 715 Ghanaian cedis. In Cameroon, is 52,000 or 65,000 francs CFA. So depending on the region or the country where you're doing business, you've got different starter packages. Get back to the person who invited you. They will show you what you do. But remember this, Success begins with a decision. You need to make a decision. Yes, I want to get involved in this fantastic business. Your sponsor will show you the way to go. Once you've made your decision, the next thing is, and by the way, if you don't make a decision, you've already made a decision, because there's no there's no sitting on the fence. You can make a decision to become successful, or you can make no decision and nothing happens. When you decide, you need to know what you want. What is your dream? What is it that you want to achieve? Number two, you need to find out what you need to be successful. You need to be teachable. Learn what you need to know, and learn what you need to do, excuse me, to be successful in this business. Number three, you need to just work hard. Discipline, guts, and persistence. Number four, you need to have faith. Faith in yourself, you need faith in your sponsor, and a very important element of this business is patience. This business is not a get quick rich scheme. You can get very rich, yes, but it's not as quickly as you may expect. So have patience with yourself, patience with the people you meet, whom you want to do this business with. What is next for you? The next thing is speak to your sponsor. Speak to the person who invited you. They'll guide you and show you how to get started. So ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank all of you very much for spending this evening with us. May God bless you and expand your dreams and goals to become successful. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Pascal. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, everyone, and good night. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Paul.